We're back again. Another story. I hope last week you found a way to sprinkle a little crumb of grace and mercy into the world because that's our job. However, today's story is an interesting one because Jesus has a really tough teaching for his disciples, and his disciples have a really hard time following it. Have you ever had like a plan or knew something was in front of you that you had to do that was a good thing, but you just knew it was going to be hard? Well, Jesus has one of those today. Go team. So Jesus was talking to his disciples while they were resting and said, "Hey, I have a question. Who do people say that I am? When we're out and about, what's the thing that people say? When I show up, you're out in the crowd, right? I'm doing my teaching, I'm doing my healing, I'm doing all that stuff. But what are people saying? Like, who do they think I am?"
I heard a few people say you're John the Baptist.
I also heard that.
Definitely a prophet or something.
I also have heard that. Some think you're going to take the Bengals to the Super Bowl, baby. I have heard that too. Yeah, they call you a lot of things. Some pretty good, some not so good, you know?
Some say you're Luke Skywalker.
Really? Huh. Well, those are some ideas. Who do you guys think that I am? I think you're the Son of God. Plain and simple. You're the Messiah, the one come down from heaven. You're the Son of God. Don't tell anybody what you just said. Jesus then went on to tell them about how the Son of Man, the one come down from heaven, would suffer and die at the hands of the teachers of the law and the people in charge. Yes, it'll be terrible. The Son of Man will be handed over to the authorities. He'll be betrayed by people who love him. And then he'll be beaten and whipped, crucified. It'll be terrible. Then he will die and all the people will see it.
That's impossible. You're Luke Skywalker.
No. I'm not that. I'm the suffering servant, you understand? Are you sure that's the plan? You're absolutely sure that's what's gonna happen? Yeah, Jesus, can I talk to you for a second, please? Hey, yeah, J-Man, hey, Peter here, your buddy. Maybe we shouldn't do what you just said you were gonna do? There's gotta be a better way. This can't be the way, guy. We have a lot of traction. People are coming from all over to see you, and I just don't think the best choice is at this moment, while so many people are excited about your ministry and message and just great news, that you would just walk into the hands of the authorities. Yeah, there are some people that want you dead, man, but we don't have to go there, you know? Maybe we don't have to do this. Does that sound maybe like a better idea? Because this, in truth, Jesus, this can't happen. It has to happen. No, it doesn't have to happen. I mean, you're Jesus. You could... Peter, get behind me, Satan. Oh, Satan? Yeesh. Sorry, Peter, this has to happen. This is what it means to follow me. Self-sacrifice, love, care. You have to do this. If you want to be my disciple, you have to be willing to sacrifice it all for the sake of this message of love and mercy and forgiveness. This is what it takes to be my disciple. And the disciples were pretty disturbed by this. Those who want to save their life must lose it for my sake. So that's what happened. Yeah, basically, Jesus has this really tough teaching about what it means to be the Messiah in their prophecies and all these things. The Son of Man would suffer. And the disciples didn't want that to happen. Who would? If you were following Jesus, or you were following somebody who was doing really great things, all of a sudden they say, "Hey, tomorrow," or "Hey, in a few weeks, I'm going to die," you'd go, "No, don't do that. I mean, maybe you will, but don't just walk into it like, what are you talking about?" Sometimes the teachings of Jesus are just so challenging. And Peter just says, "Hey, can we do something else? Because I don't know if that's a good idea." Sometimes the teachings of Jesus are hard, and sometimes we have other ways of like, you know what, maybe instead we could do this, which that's pretty good. And Jesus is saying, "No, get behind me. This is the only way this is going to happen. And sometimes that is how it is to follow Jesus. Sometimes, have you ever, think of this situation. Think of a time where you've known what the right thing to do is, but it was really hard. There's something else you could do, and that could be pretty good, but it's not necessarily the right thing to do. So say somebody has really upset you, made you really mad, really frustrated you. You know the right thing to do is to seek a way to forgive them, right? To make peace, to settle it. But this person has said, oh, sorry, and it's the best they can muster. And it's like, that's not a real apology. And you're frustrated with it. But you know they're not going to make peace then. This is their best making peace they got. Sometimes the hard thing to do is to say, I'm going to forgive them. It's not what I wanted. I'm still frustrated. But I need to let that go because sometimes it's hard to carry that for a long time, you know? Sometimes the right thing to do is a hard thing to do. Sometimes the right thing to do is challenging, but it's still a good thing. So how do we do the right thing, the good thing? We ask each other. We talk to one another. We look to our community. And that's what Peter had to do, was then stick with the community. After Jesus said, get behind me, he didn't quit. He stayed with them and said, all right, we're going to do the hard thing, which turned out to be the greatest thing. He died, yes, but then 3 days later, he's back with a promise that none of us would suffer that same way, that all of us, yes, the worst thing could happen, but that's not the last thing. So think of something, a good thing you can do this week. Think of the right thing to do this week that may be hard, and challenge yourselves to do the right thing. I know you can. All right? Have a great week.
Good team.
Bye.
Bye.